Hey everybody, it's Mikayas here, and I just wanted to give you some tips on how to do this mission that is super old. It's the Acklay, or whatever it's called, that you gotta kill in that Dark Side Geo battle. Yeah, that's the one. So, I put off my bugs for a long time, and then I sort of just stumbled into this mission a couple times without considering anything, and really screwed up. And finally, I came about a good strategy. I read a lot about it. I read a little about it. And one thing that's important is to keep enraged off the Acklay. Step one. So you can see you remove it immediately with alpha right there. And the second thing that's important when you're working, especially when you're working with minimum geared geos this way, this isn't the bare minimum. I know a guildmate and fellow content creator, General Stash, has done it with less. He's done it with all G12 on a perfect RNG run, but the gist of this is you don't want to kill the Jedi Consulars because they're just healers. They're not going to be a threat to you damage-wise. They're not going to try and kill you. And you want to keep as many things alive that can't kill you as possible because the Acklay gets stronger with every unit that's dead around him. So if you can keep them alive, ones that aren't threats to you, like those Consulars, then the Acklay is going to be doing less damage to you, and the side guys are not going to be doing extreme damage, and it's going to be a better scenario. You're going to have a higher chance of success. So, one of the things I did there, you can see, is I tried to ability block the AoE damage dealers. So you can look at these characters, you can read their abilities, you can see which ones have AoEs, and you'll see that the fish head guy, Kit Fisto, and what's it called? This Jedi Sentinel guy, they all have AoEs. You don't want them to use their AoEs because they're going to do a lot of damage and you're not going to be able to recover that. You don't want to deal with any damage to you done besides the Acklay. So that kills that guy. That's less than ideal. You don't necessarily want to kill them, but you don't have a choice. If you're going to have your geos with enough damage to take down the Acklay, they're going to have enough damage to kill these side guys. So you try not to kill the side guys as best you can. And then you can see you want to get the damage in on the Acklay. You want to try and keep these side guys alive for a little bit. You can throw out a blind on the Acklay. It's not immune to blind. That helps. So Sunfac has that useful move right there. And this run just sort of goes through. You can see it play out. I read a lot of abilities in it, but it's going to be very useful. I suggest if you get the gist of it at this point, you can fast forward, skip around. I'm probably going to talk and fill the space, but feel free to fast forward. Don't listen to anything else I say. I think you'll see, if you kind of get the theme already, there's just a pattern to it. Eventually, he summons random allies. If you get lucky, you'll get more Jedi Consulars, and you can keep those guys alive and focus on getting down the AoE damage dealers. But again, kill the AoE damage dealers as slowly as you can. Like, see, I leave them hanging on here until the very end because I don't want them, as long as they're ability blocked, I don't hit them because I don't want them to use their AoE move. And so I'm paying attention to my Geo's turn meter so I know that I have another hit. Like, I know one more hit on bootleg Jolie is gonna kill him. So I'm keeping an eye on my turn meter, and I'm not going to put that hit out until I know that if I didn't, he would then go, right? I'm trying to wait until the last minute to stop him, which I believe is here based on the turn meter bars, right? So then he's down, and you want to get him down before the Acklay summons new friends because you want the Acklay to summon more Jedi Consulars. So then you just keep going. I usually call Poggle to assist when I'm attacking a side guy to get extra ability block chance, and I usually call Soldier to assist when I'm using Poggle to get extra turn meter. And you're going to want to use this big hit every time you can on the Acklay from Spy. That's sort of the bread and butter of your damage. And it just kind of keeps going like this. I'm debating whether to use the expose first or the big hit, and I'm pretty sure I choose the big hit here. That's the no-brainer move. You can see it does a lot of damage. And yeah, this move actually puts offense down, I think. And I think he actually is susceptible to that. Yeah, so you have some fact to apply offense down with one move and blind with another move. Those are two useful things as well. Poggle will give you offense up. That's always great. But I tried to save that. And I saved my Poggle cleanse for when my Alpha got dazed. See, right there. Alpha's dazed. That's sort of a worst case scenario. And you can see we have another Jedi Consular that was summoned. So now we just have 2 AoE dealers to worry about this time, right? So first thing we're going to do is ability block those guys. And I maybe should have used the big move on the Acklay first, but I waited because I'm trying to keep his turn meter down. I'm trying not to hit the Acklay until I can cleanse Enrage off him. That's another strategy point. In the beginning here, when he puts Enrage back on, you want to get to that right there, that move that strips Enrage off. It's very important. And every time you hit the Acklay, he's going to gain turn meter. So you're trying to prevent him from gaining turn meter until you can rip that off him. And you're keeping the side guys, all the AoE damage dealers anyways, you're keeping them AoE, or you're keeping them ability blocked. So Poggle here is going to cleanse the daze off Alpha so he can gain turn meter, very important. And probably take out this Jedi Vanguard on the way because it's going to do enough damage to kill him. Yep. And then you just keep chipping away at the Acklay. And honestly, like, this process took me a little while because I was thinking through it the whole time. But when you're working with sort of minimums and a low room for error, you got to work through it. So it just is what it is. Get those heals off when you can. With your Alpha there, everyone's kind of low, so I got the heals off. And I got rid of that guy before he AoE'd us. And now just dealing with this Acklay. You don't have to worry about those Consulars, like I said. You can throw those exposes out. Big hit. And you just keep chipping down that massive health pool. You get a lot of counters, that's good. Now, I don't use the middle move here because I don't want to kill those Consulars. I want them to live. They're good for me. They're very useful. Doesn't really matter who you call here. So there you go. Now we have 3 Consulars. That's great. We lost our Spy. That is sort of a worst case kind of scenario. You don't want to lose Spy there. Now our damage is very much lowered, and we're going to have to get rid of this guy with much lower damage. We also can't get to the stealthed other Jedi there. And so now I have a choice. Do I unstealth that Jedi, or do I heal everyone back up? And I'm pretty certain I choose to heal everybody back up because it's getting down to the wire, and I think I'm going to heal for more damage than anyone's going to do to me before I get my next turn. So that's what we go for. Top everyone off. And I'm trying to prevent the Acklay from taking a too many turns before I can get back to a enrage cleanse. So I'm hitting the side people, but not killing them. Or that's my goal, at least. Because I'm trying to slow down the Acklay. That's why I'm doing this. And try and get the ability block here. Oh, I guess I lost Poggle first. Sorry. That's what I lost. I didn't lose Spy yet. We're still okay. I do end up losing Spy. And this is kind of it. So I hope this makes sense. I hope everyone sees the pattern. It's very simple, kind of collecting Jedi Consulars while ability blocking everyone else and stripping Enrage off of the Acklay as much as possible. And while you're in desperate need of a new Enrage strip, there it is. No, I'm pretty sure I choose to heal before I strip Enrage because I'm so scared and I know he's just going to do basic here. So I need everybody to get some health. And then I go back with my next turn and I strip Enrage. There we go. And no Spy left. This damage is pretty not great. But it is what it is. Finishing off the final touches here. Don't use the AoE because I don't want everyone else to die. Because then the Acklay is going to do more damage to me, which is exactly what I don't want right now. See, that was a close call right there. If Sunfac had gone down from that, we'd have been in big trouble because we wouldn't have been able to break that protection off him, and it would have just kind of been a mess. Because this whole time, Sunfac's basic is what's breaking off the protection up on the Acklay. So we'll bring his offense down a little bit, or just kill him. There we go. So that's it. Hope this was useful for everyone. We're going to go through the mods at the end here and just see how we had everything modded to complete this. I didn't change any mods from my normal geo mods. They're all modded. Primarily, they were modded to get the Watt mission done. It also works for this Acklay mission. If I had 6E health mods on my alpha, it would actually be better. However, those are just in such high demand. I use protection because they're not that much worse. But the brute shares stats or shares health with alpha, and so it's actually ends up being better. Spy's just got some damage, and Sunfac's just tanky and tenacious. And then we got Poggle, who's just there to ability block people. And you can see the speeds aren't great because I'm focusing on their roles in the team. Just like Spy is supposed to deal damage, Sunfac is supposed to tank, and Poggle is supposed to ability block. Genosin Soldier is supposed to land critical hits. So you can see that crit chance is up. Over 85%, and that's his role. So that's the team. That's everything. Cheers, folks.